What I want to know, gentlemen, is if you root for the team that eliminated your team in the playoffs. So obviously the Cavs were just eliminated by the Pacers. The Pacers are going on and looking pretty good. They look like a team that wants to win. So are you rooting for the Pacers? Are you rooting for somebody else? And in general, do you typically root for the team that ousts you? Let's start it off. Since he's only in America for 24 hours, let's start with Noah.
Yeah, to me, it depends on the situation, right? If I get beat by, say, the Michigan Wolverines, I'm not cheering for them to then go on and win a national championship because it is always forever and always fuck Michigan. But when it comes down to some of these moments, and yes, Tyrese Halliburton was a little cocky. There was a fight involved. But if you're looking specifically at the Pacers, I don't think it's the biggest deal to cheer for or against because they're another small market team doing their thing with not as much star power as some other teams have had or can have in the past.
I like it. You know, I don't hate on Tyrese being confident. I think it's fun. Doing the Reggie Miller choke was a lot of fun. But then again, that one wasn't against us. John, give me your take.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Noah. Overall, no, I never root for the team that beats us. As a matter of fact, the team I root for the hardest is the team that's playing the team that beat us. But in this case, it's a little different. Little engine that could in Indiana going up against the behemoth that is the New York Knicks. I know they haven't had a ton of on-court success, but in a market that large, I just can't root for a team from New York. So for this NBA playoffs, yes, I'm actually hoping that the Pacers win. Overall, no. I almost always root against the team that put us out of the tournament.
Yeah, I'll go here too. I kind of echo the same sentiments. I usually root for the Big Ten, never Michigan. Also, fuck Penn State. James Franklin's a fraud. But in this case, yeah, I'm rooting for the Pacers. What we saw out of them, we saw a tough physical team, but they never went over the edge, in my opinion. They played us hard. They didn't play us bad. And I saw a team that wanted it more. It's what the Cavs should be. We're soft. So, yeah, I'm rooting for the Pacers. They're scrappy, small market, and I'm here to see them win.
Nice. I will say this. You guys both referenced the Big Ten, and I think it's interesting. I definitely root for the Big Ten against the SEC. There's something that pissed me off so bad about the SEC and the whole SEC chance when your ass goes to Kentucky and you go to Vanderbilt and you're rooting for Alabama and Georgia like you went there. I thought it was ridiculous. So when Indiana or, yeah, even a Penn State goes up against the Crimson Tide, give me the Penn State Nittany Lions every time, and I'll go a step farther. I don't hate Michigan beating Alabama. That's the only team, literally the only team. But I kind of, this is going to be a hot take. Maybe it should be the end of the show. I root for Michigan when they don't play the Buckeyes because then when we beat them, it means that much more. Now, after they beat us and went on to the playoff, yeah, but I definitely wasn't rooting for Georgia or Alabama over a Big Ten team, even if it's Michigan.
I don't even know where to start here. First of all, yes, would an undefeated Ohio State beating an undefeated Michigan make the game that much better? Absolutely. But you don't root for them. Are you kidding me?
That's literally what I said. I don't so much root for them, but I prefer they win over Alabama.
No, you don't. I was rooting for Bama hard. There's one team you never root for, ever, and it's the team up north.
Says the Yankees fan. We can keep it moving.
Says John Cooper Light over here. Are you kidding me? You never root for Michigan. First of all, rooting for the Yankees is more acceptable than rooting for Michigan if you're a Buckeye fan.
No, just it's pretty damn bullshit. But keep going.
Pretty damn close, brother. It is pretty damn close.
The rivalry? Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Being a Yankees fan is disgusting. Don't try to minimize it. It's
not even about the. We're off for one goddamn week and the sky is falling. There is no way you can root for Michigan ever.
I'll say it again. I didn't root for Michigan. I rooted against Alabama, and they happen to be playing Michigan.
No, that's unacceptable. The commercial where the guy rolls out of his car because he's on a first date and she goes, "Oh, I went to Michigan, go blue." That's accurate as shit. You cannot ever root for Michigan. I don't care if they're playing the Monstars from whatever that movie was.
Space Jam. You couldn't remember Space Jam?
No, but I remembered Monstars. You can never root for Michigan. Ever.
That's
See,
false. You can do whatever you want, but I understand where you're
No,
coming
as a
from.
Buckeye fan, it's bad
I-
enough
I-
Steelers fans that are Buckeye fans.
You
To be
are
a Buckeye fan and
Yankees
say,
fan. You're arguing
don't.
this like you
That's a
bleed
straw man
everything
argument.
Northeast
That's not what
Ohio.
we're talking about. We're talking about Michigan, Ohio State.
Go ahead, Noah.
So I am
Wild.
in the middle of both of you guys here, where I get what you're saying, John, but it's also never, ever, ever root for Michigan.
Thank you. Period.
But-
Never.
But I also get wanting to root against the SEC. I also get wanting to root against certain teams that might irk you more. It's just like if
I get it too,
even
but
me.
not Michigan.
That's fair. Yep, I agree. Okay.
Gotta agree
Yeah.
to disagree.
There's a reason when John left the job that the three of us worked that we changed our internal teams group chat to Benedict Arnold, or John became Benedict. We changed it to Merck or whatever we changed it to. And this is following through on this take too. This is your wildest, hottest take I think you've had on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm only going to take about one thimbleful of shit off of a bleeding Yankees fan.
Bleeding.
About
Come
anything.
on.
Okay, John, you're leaning into it a little bit. I know we give him shit for like
He owns. Wait. No, he owns Yankees merchandise and
Owned,
proud
past
of it.
tense.
I don't own any Michigan anything. I never have, never would. I just said,
Yeah,
I'd
but you
rather
still got
they
that
win
Tennessee
than
jersey in your
Alabama.
closet, do you not?
All I said.
Yeah, that's
Don't you have
right.
that-
SEC Tennessee fan.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you
Anyway.
Do you think the rivalry between Indians, Guardians, and Yankees is the same as Michigan, Ohio State?
Do I think the rivalry is the same?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Then equating the same thing, liking the Yankees when I was a kid.
No,
I don't own
buying
any of their gear
Jeter
anymore.
jerseys and wearing them.
When
at least
I was a
one
kid, the
time.
greatest shortstop to ever play the game, sure.
That's also not
I'll
true.
admit that all
Go.
day. You're probably a Nomar Garcia Parra fan.